Hey guys, what's going on? Larry Mutz. Somewhat of a quick video on the Jaymz kit I got from Amazon. I picked this kit up about a week or so ago, so I've been messing with it for about a week. I got the neck glued on. This is a Varathane gun stock color. It's a mahogany body, so it had a little bit of a color to it as is. I just didn't. I wanted to make it a little darker. So basically, I have the stain on it. I ink. I use an ink for the blue. This is the blue. I can't turn it all the way around, but it's coming out pretty good. I did the blue leather dye that I cut almost like, I don't know. I think I had posted in my last video 30 milliliters or to 10 milliliters. It's like a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of the blue. It came out pretty good. It's got about a couple of coats of lacquer on it. I used the spray and the, wish could get you a better shot, but I don't want to lean this all the way over because it's still drying. Hold on, we go this way with the light. There you go. Yeah, this is multiple coats of lacquer, and the reason for that is the top. Even when I got it, I sanded it at maybe like 400. I didn't want to go too aggressive because it's a laminate, and I use this Angelus dye. I have a couple different colors, as I said in my other videos. Brown, an orange, and a yellow. This is the blue. It's very, very strong. This stuff. Like I said, I have a cup here. I think I had them posted in my last video. It was 50 milliliters. 50 milliliters of denatured alcohol to like 2 teaspoons of the dye. It's pretty strong. I wiped it on a couple of times, and then I had cleaned it off a little bit. And then what I did was I chased it with an airbrush along the edges to get that sunburst kind of look, as you can see here. And I applied like 2 or 3 coats. I mean, probably 4 heavy coats with the spray can, and it would just lay flat. I mean, it would just, this stuff I use, this Watco spray. Sorry for the fan noise, but I have this also in a brush on, and this is the high gloss. I spray this stuff on. I did like 4 heavy coats, and it would lay so flat you could still actually see the wood grain. It was just soaking into the wood. So then I started brushing it on. It brushes on pretty well. You just have to brush it on. You got to brush it on wet. You can't try and dry brush this because the lacquer dries this way too fast, and you'll have way too many brush marks in it. So I laid it on pretty heavy, and you had some heavy brush mark, but it lays so flat in a day's time or 24 hours, you really don't even see barely any brush marks. But I did that 2 times. And between coats, I hit it with, I think the first time I hit it with 800 wet. And then I brushed it on again, and then I hit it with a 1500 wet. And then I applied, I think after that, I just 2 heavy coats with the brush. After 4 coats of regular spray, I gave it another 1 good heavy coat of the spray again. And I'm not even going to rub this out. I'm leaving this the way it is because it's got a nice shine to it. Very minimal orange peel in it, and it's got a really nice gloss to it. And this is only a couple days old, so the longer it sits, the more it's going to lay out. It's going to really flatten out pretty well. So it's a decent color combo. I think the combo it really goes good together. It's a gun stock stain with the blue ink. I was going to do like an iced tea look, like the Epiphone iced tea. But I have so many guitars with the same, blonde or sunburst yellow-orange. So I decided to just go with a little, change it up and do the blue, which is pretty popular. What pisses me off that if you look on Timo or Timu, whatever you want to call it, they have this guitar in a kit, and they have it assembled. What pissed me off is I paid $129 for this on Amazon. I could have bought it painted in color, blue or green, or red. I did a red now too. For I think it was like $156, and they actually sell the same kit for like 49 or $59 on Temu, I guess. Temu. I don't know how you say it. But yeah, this is what I got going on right now. I'm 5 minutes in on the video. I didn't go crazy with the glue. I applied it inside the pocket, nothing on the neck, because a couple of videos they showed me not to do too much because you can't get the neck in. And then I saw a video on the factory Gibson neck install, and these guys were squeezing it, and fucking glue was coming out from everywhere. So hopefully it doesn't break loose. If it does, I'll just have to go a little bit heavier with the glue. I don't think it will. I used the tight bond, and like I said, I just did the pocket, the bottom, and then the sides, and I slid the neck in dry. So I see another couple of videos the guys are doing both, but you know, it is what it is. We'll see what happens. I don't think it's going to pop, but if it does, not a big deal. I'll just I'll re-glue it. But it came out. I mean, it really came out better than I expected to. I had to, you know, it was time consuming because of the sanding between the coats, and I thought I would get away with maybe, you know, a couple of coats by the can and be done with it. But it just this stuff, it lays so flat that, you know, when you first lay it on, don't be afraid to lay it heavy, because, you know, the next day it'll just you know, flatten right out. You won't see anything. So it's pretty impressive stuff. I really like using it. It dries in a half an hour, which it says. I think it's a 30-minute dry. 30 minutes to dry to the touch. Probably less than that. And same with the brush. You brush it on. You're not even 20 seconds. You try to make a second pass, it's going to start sticking and leave all heavy brush marks. So I recommend not doing that. Just go on wet, one good heavy pass, and leave it, and you'll be amazed on how flat it lays out. So anybody, you know, doing this kits, this is where I'm at. So hopefully I'm going to use this tongue oil. I'm just going to tongue oil this. This stuff is pretty cool shit. It lays on, you know, like water. I actually tongue oiled this neck about a week ago, but then I went over the edges because I had to do the when I did the headstock, I gave the headstock a black lacquer, which this I also had to sand down and repaint. I think I sanded it twice, because you still see some of the wood grain on the top. You see what I'm talking about there on the top right, and some on the bottom too. I think there's some down here on the bottom. But yeah, that's also that was a black lacquer. I picked that up from Lowe's. I think it was. Oh yeah, there it is, right there. Krylon. Zoom in there. Krylon lacquer. They sell it black and white in Lowe's. So yeah, lacquer was hard to get at one point in the stores, and now it seems to be more available. Don't know why. And as post my other videos, I found when I did I did a blonde blonde guitar video, that the Watco, it supposedly has nitrocellulose in it. So you know, for you nitro guys out there, it does stink though. You got to wear a mask, whether you're brushing it or spraying it. You know, wear a mask, because you're gonna get fucking high. It's gonna fuck you up. The stain in the tongue oil, not at all. You know, and yeah, like I said, I just chased the edges with the airbrush. I got that little brush. I got that little sunburst shit going on. So yeah, once I thinned it out, you could spray it right through the airbrush, the way I had mixed it, which showed the other previous videos. 50 milliliters to, I think it was, what did I say it was? 10 milliliters, which is 2 teaspoons. So yeah, that's it. I don't want to go on more than I have to. I know I repeat myself as I did the other videos. But this is just, I guess, a part 2. I didn't show how to do it, because when I'm doing it, I'm not going to break out the camera and sit there and then, you know, try and finesse and do what I got to do and show you the videos. It's just take your time, apply the coats, sand between the coats, and, you know, you tape the stuff off well. I didn't even tape any of the binding. You could see some if I go in here. You just wipe it off. You just chase it with some lacquer thinner and a rag, and it'll come right off. Because what's on here is basically oil base, and then the clear lacquer. Even the ink, the dye, it's a alcohol base. It's an alcohol-based stuff. As I said, post videos. This is a denatured alcohol, so I use denatured alcohol to cut it. I didn't use regular alcohol, because regular alcohol contains a lot of water. Like I think 30%. There's different ones, 80%, 90%. Alcohol has water in it, so the denatured would seem to work pretty good, and it breaks it down. There's no spotty clumpiness in the stain. So I know you'll get that if you start mixing water with some of these stains and whatnot. But that's it. I'm 10 minutes in. I'm going to cut it out. So guys, have a great weekend, and I'm going to start putting the electronics in probably tomorrow. I'm going to try and get a coat of, it's still kind of oily still from the stain. Try and get a coat of tongue oil on tonight, maybe, and then maybe I'll chase it tomorrow with another 2 coats, and I'll start wiring it up. And I guess we'll see what it sounds like. And, if I do like the Les Paul style, maybe I'll try and pick up an Epiphone. I'm really liking that iced tea, and I saw a chocolate one. I'm not buying no fucking Gibson. I'm not spending $3,000 on a fucking guitar. They're not. I can't see spending that kind of money, guys. I know you people, some guys out there, and it's just it's a waste of money. You could get a decent guitar for like $200, $300. The Squires out there, those classic vibes, they kick ass. They're straight. They got good pickups in them. The Epiphones, they got a little pricey. They used to be $300. Now they're touching, $799, $800. So maybe I'll grab something used, a nice used Les Paul, something like that. But you don't have to spend thousands of dollars to play good. I mean, I've seen guys that don't know how to play picking up a $20 toy guitar and making it sound awesome. So that's it. Have a good day, guys, and I guess rock on, right? What are you gonna do? All right, man. Peace out.